Only right that we give the other side the chance to speak to us here this morning. So let's remind you again, yesterday the High Court in Pietermaritzburg ruled that the results of the 8th provincial elective conference in KwaZulu-Natal that were held in 2015 were unlawful and invalid. Now the case was brought by ANC councillor Lawrence Dube as well as 4 others. This happened in May last year. They say they were unhappy with the outcome of the elective conference. So after yesterday's ruling, the ANC's KwaZulu-Natal Provincial Executive Committee, that's the PEC, said it considers approaching the Supreme Court of Appeal. That, of course, was confirmed by Sihle Zikala with us this morning. He, of course, is the chairperson of the ANC KwaZulu-Natal PEC. He was speaking to us about an hour ago here on the program. So they are going ahead and considering appealing. But now, from Durban, we are joined by Sithembiso Mshengu, who is the spokesperson for the applicants who brought this issue to the court. Welcome to the program, Sithembiso. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Leanne.
All right, so we had this conversation a bit earlier with Sihle Zikala. You may or may not have heard it. He still considers himself the chairperson of the PEC. They still feel that the PEC is intact until, of course, they appeal or National says something to them. What are your views on that?
I think they are very much misled on that one. The court has decided, unless then they deliberately decide to be in contempt of the court. As far as we are concerned, their election has been declared to be invalid. So as a result, we don't recognize the PEC as duly elected in November.
All right. Let's have a look at this from a different perspective. This, in essence, was the ANC versus the ANC in court. Are there losers and winners in this judgment?
It's quite unfortunate that it has to get to a level where, having exhausted all the internal avenues within the ANC, we find ourselves with no option but to seek refuge at the courts. We do believe that the ANC has a capacity and the ability to resolve its own internal challenges, but with the unwillingness, especially from the higher structures of the ANC, we had no option but to seek relief from the courts. And the courts have listened to us, and we believe that justice has been served, especially in the interest of a clean organization with clean processes, so that whenever it's elected leaders, its leaders have credibility as a result of a clean and open process.
Yeah, you know, it appears in a way, and I think what you're saying as well is a bit worrying. It almost appears as if South Africa is being run by the courts because internal processes are just not working, and everything in every direction is going into the courts to make decisions. Is this not worrying?
In fact, even at a level of government, as ordinary members of the ANC and leaders, we should be concerned that whatever decision that we take get to be tested in court, and in many times we are found wanting. And I do believe that the ANC has to do a serious introspection in terms of our own organizational processes as well as the government process, because as the ANC, we are a leader of society, and therefore people must take a leave from our conduct and our behavior and in a manner in which we conduct ourselves and we do things. It is quite a serious worry, and I do believe that we have been given another opportunity by the court to claim a ground in terms of the support of our masses, because people have vested their hopes and their aspirations in the ANC, and we can't fail them by running to the courts each and every time we have issues. Therefore, the ANC leadership at a national level has to take responsibility and provide leadership.
Yeah. What would you like to see happening? I mean, obviously, my first question to you was, do you still see the PEC as the PEC, Sihle Zikala as the chairperson? You responded no. What would you like to see being put in place now in the province?
In order to claim credibility for our structures, I do believe that the National Executive Committee of the ANC, through the Office of the Secretary General, has to intervene and institute perhaps a interim structure that is going to oversee the renewal of the ANC in the province, so that the outcome in terms of the forthcoming conference, as and when it is convened, is an outcome that is owned by members. Obviously, democracy even then will have to prevail. If there is a contest, that contest must take place within a clean and fair environment, so that the outcome of the election itself is going to be an outcome that is credible, that is going to be embraced by everyone. Right now, the process of the ANC are not really processes that each and every member will be proud of, because of the manipulation in particular of the processes. And we therefore appeal in particular to the national leadership to come in and ensure that we have credible processes internally, so that the ANC provides leadership to our people.
Yeah, there's one of the questions that I did ask Sihle Zikala was the fact about the political killings, and the fact that there is now definitely a void within the leadership, and that there needs to be some conclusion brought about. He, however, is saying that he does not see that the killings in the province are political. He sees them as just violent crime. I'd like to hear your perspective. Do you believe that the increase in killings, and Sithembiso Mshengu being one of them, do you believe that this is related to politics? Are these political killings, and do you think they'll get worse now?
This is a contradiction from the decisions they have taken in the past. They have established a commission to establish the reasons behind these political killings. We must indicate that we do believe that if we were to have an ANC with strong leadership at a provincial level to provide stewardship over regions and branches, we would not be where we are in terms of these killings. Obviously, any loss of life is regretted, and in particular through a barrel of a gun. It's quite unfortunate that the ANC do believe that people must all live in harmony, but the manner in which we do things does not indicate to that effect. And therefore, these killings are purely criminal, of course, but with a background of political disquiet behind.
All right. We're just going to take a very quick break here on the program. We will continue this conversation. Sithembiso Mshengu is the spokesperson for the applicants who brought the case before court. They were successful yesterday. We've also got your tweets and comments after this. Do stay tuned.